As the sun rises on a new day and the lake lies frozen, we sit sipping freshly brewed coffee and reflecting on a year drawing to a close. "2024 was another epic year of adventure for our family. A year filled with incredible joy, but also with moments of loss and sorrow. It was a year of making new friends and reconnecting with old friends. It was a year of growth and progress for our family. We celebrated the joyous wedding of Caroline and Matthew and watched them start their new life together. The boys also launched their own businesses and have been working hard to achieve their own goals, dreams, and ambitions. We rang in the new year in southwestern Arizona with Pete, Dan, and Lando, exploring the desert and putting the first pinstripes on our new Ross Monster overland truck. This was our first real test of the truck, and we were blown away by its capabilities and comfort.
We'll see how the rain, if it picks up or lightens up, but it looks like it's definitely raining coming all through the mountains here.
Okay.
So let's pick a higher spot.
We had been curious whether the larger vehicle might limit us in pursuing our passion for backcountry travel. But as we navigated the desert trails, it quickly became clear that it would not hold us back.
Oh my goodness. Sheep. One's huge. The other one's mid-size. I can't see the back end of the other one. There might be more.
The boys joined us on the trail both in the Jeep and on their adventure bikes, while Lando navigated the rugged and rocky trails in his desert boots. It was a winter of delicious meals and memories made around the campfire. From Arizona, we took a side trip to California to meet with our good friends Marco and his family.
How are you?
See you. Good to see you again. It's been a while. Let's go, buddy.
As well as Brad from Trail Rico. They guided us through some of their favorite desert destinations. Back in Arizona, we had the pleasure of meeting up with fellow Canadian YouTuber Sean James, the creator behind the popular channel My Self-Reliance. He generously spent time with the boys, sharing valuable insight about log cabin building and offering advice on the YouTube and content creation business.
The YouTube channel about 10 years ago, and just started documenting my outdoor trips and kind of my passion, going back to the passion that I had as a kid, which was to spend more time outdoors.
We then met up with our new friends Kara and Matt from Ozark Overland Adventures and embarked on a 3-day adventure along one of Arizona's most iconic and remote backcountry trails, El Camino del Diablo. This rugged route, which hugs the Mexican border and stretches from Yuma to Ajo, offered us unforgettable views and experiences.
Think the truck will get through there? Yeah, not a problem. Sounds good.
Not long before, we had attended 2 heartbreaking funerals, my sister Julia's in Toronto, and just 2 weeks later Carol's mother's in Oregon. The emotions were still raw, and the solitude and stillness of the desert provided Carol with a space to begin processing the enormity of what we had just endured.
The sky and gives so many colors on the rocks. But yeah, Seeing the windmill really made me miss my mom. But she always loved Texas out west, bluebonnets and windmills, you know, old structures, barns, and just wildflowers. But Kara wrote me this morning and said that the windmill blades were like your mom waving to you. Anyways, it's really meant a lot to be here, you know, with them on this trail. And you know, it is, you know, called the Trail of Death, basically, from so many people over the years, you know, in their lives, and they're coming to the end of their life here, searching for water, or just the harshness of this area. And you know, it just kind of really hit me doing this. It is the most incredible trail that I've been on, and I really have fallen in love with it. And it really makes you feel like you're out there. But like in the beginning, we're like, man, we really feel alone out here, but you don't. The more you look around, and I don't know, it just has such a feeling of life, and all the plants and the flowers ready to burst. I guess it's seasons. We're in the in-between season here, and I know like within 2 weeks it'll be just busting with color, and it's just like our lives. You know, we have seasons and chapters, but to be able to come out here and see it in this rawness is really amazing. And I don't know, it just makes you stop and think about your time here on Earth and how fast it goes, and to really enjoy it with your family and friends. And I'm so thankful to be here exploring, soaking in the Arizona Trail. So America is beautiful. I just love it.
After spending a couple of months down south, we started longing for some classic Canadian winter weather. So we made the 3,500 kilometer journey back to the island. Along the way, we dropped off the truck at Rossmonster for a few minor upgrades, planning to fly back to Denver later to pick it up and continue our adventure. When we arrived, we discovered that the lake ice wasn't stable enough for crossing by snow machine. Thankfully, our neighbor Dan came to the rescue, giving us a lift to the island on his fan boat.
Thank you.
What a glorious spring it was. We made maple syrup as we watched the ice and snow begin to melt. And then, when the timing was right, we helped speed up the process by breaking up the big ice sheets with our boat. And then one day, just like that, the ice was gone, and we soaked in the beauty of one of our favorite seasons, springtime. Spring is a time of life and new growth bursting forth after a long winter. The birds, the forest, and all of nature are singing with the joy of a new season. And so it was with us when we received the joyful news that our daughter Caroline was engaged to be married to her best friend, Matthew Kimberly.
Some of you may know that Caroline got engaged to Matt, and we couldn't be more thrilled. I didn't know that I could love someone as much as my own kids. He's amazing, and yeah, we're just over the moon for both of them, and really, really excited. And so this next week, we'll be going and looking at dresses with her, so that's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm just a little like, whoa, this is really happening.
After a few months at the lake, Carol and I flew to Denver, where we picked up our truck to begin the first leg of our
We
journey.
just had some of our friends, patrons, pick us up, which is always a blast, and super sweet of them. So thank you guys.
We had been planning a summer trip to Alaska, but with Caroline and Matt's wedding set for the fall, we decided to change our plans. Instead, we mapped out an overland adventure across Canada from west to east. This new plan would give us the opportunity to stop at the cabin, which is roughly the halfway point across the country. Spending time at the cabin later this summer will allow us to take a break from the road, focus on wedding preparations, and attend the celebrations leading up to the big day. We headed west through Colorado to the San Rafael Swell in Utah, and then north to Montana. We arrived just in time to connect with Pete Jr. and a team of adventurers who had spent the past few months on a riverboat expedition from the mouth of the Mississippi up to the Missouri River and then all the way to its headwaters in Three Forks, Montana. We spent a couple days with Pete and the team at the Overland Ranch, which is just down the road from the Missouri headwaters. It was the perfect place to unwind, listen to stories from the big riverboat expedition, and enjoy good food and great company while relaxing in the comfortable accommodations. Afterward, we dropped Pete off at the airport so he could fly back to the island, and Carol and I could continue our westward travels towards the Pacific coast. Our route took us through the canyons and trout streams of eastern Oregon. Carol was born and raised here in Oregon, and although we've been coming back for years, we continue to discover new places and are blown away by the beauty of this incredible state. We spent a couple of days at Overland Expo P&W, reconnecting with old friends and making new ones. From there, we headed west to visit Carol's family and to see her mother's newly placed headstone, a meaningful stop on this journey. The travel lifestyle is never lonely. In fact, we've connected with more people on the road than we ever did in our previous life. Our next stop was the rugged Oregon coast, where we met up with my brother John, his wife, and their kids, who were on an epic family road trip of their own. Together we explored the stunning sand dunes of Cape Coanda before tucking away into one of our favorite campsites. From our perch overlooking Haystack Rock, we watched the distant fireworks and celebrations of the 4th of July, a perfect ending to another memorable day. So we just arrived in Victoria, BC, Canada, and we are going to go down to the truck and disembark, go through customs, and we'll be on the island. It was time to begin our cross-country journey, starting here on Vancouver Island and working our way clear across Canada to Cape Spear, the easternmost point of North America. We're looking forward to the journey ahead, the wild places, the beautiful scenery, the people we'll meet, and most of all, our daughter's upcoming wedding when we make it to Ontario, the halfway point of our journey.
Wow. Ta-da! Our door will open up to this.
Vancouver Island was an absolutely spectacular start to our cross-Canada journey, and we were blown away by the serene and wild beauty of this place.
This is kind of a special place to be. It's like you're under the sea. Oh, that was fun.
We decided to mark the beginning of our journey with a dip in the clear, cold waters of the Pacific Ocean. We spent a week or so on the island exploring the backcountry trails and logging roads and setting up camp in some of the most incredible places we've ever been. Now this camp spot is going to be hard to beat. We're going to open our door and have a waterfall right out the door. Pretty epic. What a place. Unbelievable.
Golden days drifting far away, light is leaving town, colors fade, but I'm thinking we stay just for a little while. Let's lose track of time, darling, stay for a little longer while I hold your time will wait. So just rest your head upon my shoulder, nothing in our way. It's colder but the day's not over yet.
We could easily spend a month here, enjoying the scenery, the kindness of the people, and the wild camp spots beside sparkling rivers, secluded ocean beaches, pristine lakes, and beautiful waterfalls. We could hardly bring ourselves to leave the island, but with a long journey ahead, we took the 3 ferries to the mainland and down the Sunshine Coast.
We must have really learned our lesson that one time.
Now we're the first ones in line. So this is the second ferry on the Sunshine Coast. The first one takes you from the island to Powell River, and then this one is from where we camped last night to a place called Earl's Cove, and that's on another island, and we go across that island and then take a ferry to the mainland. Our first night in the mainland of BC was spent beside a peaceful river in the Lillooet Mountains. morning. We're back on the road pretty early this morning. Wanting to keep heading north. Had a wonderful sleep by that river. I think it's called Cayush Creek. It looks like just glacial water flowing quite rapidly, and we're following the river all the way down. We just stopped to take a walk and cross this beautiful bridge somebody built. So we're heading north towards Williams Lake, and then from there we're going to start heading west. Our goal is to reach Chilco Lake, deep in the Chilcotin Wilderness, one of the most serene and remote lakes in Canada. Along the way, we had the unexpected pleasure of bumping into a friend and fellow YouTuber, Chrome, and his bulldog Cruzy from the YouTube channel Van City Van Life.
What's up, you guys? Hi! So if you guys don't know them, these guys are epic family road trip and just amazing backwoods videos. We getting a photo?
Yeah, we could.
Your rig makes mine look like it's a Honda Civic, dude.
I don't know, man.
Look at that shot!
It's holding its own though. You got some good height. We continued on, driving hundreds of kilometers along dirt roads before finally arriving at Chilco Lake. The beauty, silence, and serenity of this wilderness drew us in, and we ended up staying a few days longer than planned.
There's a loon down there. That's incredible.
Good morning. It is so quiet and peaceful here. We are in one of the most remote places, up against the mountains, a pristine lake right behind us. It's going to be hard to pry ourselves away from this place. This is every day we stay here, we feel like we want to stay here longer. It's got a feeling about it. I don't know how to describe, but anyway, if you can ever get out here to Chilco Lake, there's a bunch of little provincial parks, and they're just self-serve. There's nobody here. You know, they have a couple of picnic tables, fire pits, and that's about it. You just fill out a form and park wherever you want. We just happen to be right on the lake. It's one of the most ideal camp spots, but we could stay here for a month, but we've got to carry on. We're on the Great Canadian Overland Adventure, and we have thousands of kilometers ahead of us. So we're going to start making our way east, try to avoid some of the fires that are in the northern part of BC. We're going to take you with us.
Isn't that cool? That one's beautiful. We see these often when you arrive to a camp, and when the kids were young, they just loved it. And sometimes they would paint one and leave one. Whoever did this is fantastic. And this is where we found you.
As striking as the scenery has been so far on our journey across Canada, it is the sounds of nature that truly soothe the soul. The gentle patter of rain, the soothing murmur of a babbling brook, leaves rustling in the breeze, and waves lapping against the shore of a mountain lake all create a calming and restful backdrop. As we settle in for the night, we review our maps and plan tomorrow's route. We'll be leaving the pavement behind to venture into the backcountry of eastern BC and making our way eastward into Alberta. As you can probably tell, we absolutely love the open wilderness and majestic mountainous landscapes of British Columbia. And we spent a good portion of our journey exploring this one incredible province. Now, we're pushing eastward into the beautiful backcountry of Alberta, another of Canada's wild and mountainous provinces. Normally, we cross into Alberta further north and drive the Columbia Icefields Parkway, one of the most scenic and beautiful drives in the world. We then visit the stunning Jasper and Banff National Parks. This time, we cross the Continental Divide at Crow's Nest Pass in the south, and work our way northward through the majestic mountainous Kananaskis country. The first half of this route is dirt roads and mountain trails before merging with the Kananaskis Road, which continues through incredible mountain views in all directions. We plan to come back when we have more time and hike some of the beautiful trails that lead deep into these mountains. From there, we pick up the pace, crossing the expansive prairies as we make our way back to Ontario. We received a special invite to celebrate my father's 85th birthday and my parents' 60th wedding anniversary, and we didn't want to miss it. At the same time, we were eager to get home and start preparations for Caroline's wedding.
We made it.
So we're gonna just stop for a minute and take a picture, but normally crossing from Alberta into Saskatchewan, we're doing 110 down the Trans-Canada Highway. It's kind of different to be crossing into Saskatchewan on a little backcountry ranch trail. And the crossing is a cattle guard.
Watch your feet though.
Let's go take a picture.
Welcome to Saskatchewan.
We're in Saskatchewan, we're still in the backcountry and have a lot of gravel travel ahead of us. Well, we've officially made it to the longitudinal center of Canada. We've been here before, but this one's really significant because we're going coast to coast on this trip. Take a picture and then get back on the road. Come here, buddy.
You probably just can't believe it.
Oh, there's that rider.
Oh, good to see you, Dan. Woo! Hi.
There he is, there he is. Hi, Linda. Hi, buddy. How are you? Excited.
Hi. There you go. There you go.
What is he got, huh?
Wow. Good to be back.
Oh,
That's crazy.
so good to be back. At
Well,
least for a while. We're taking a pause here and to get off the road, and we're just over halfway across the country, so we've still got the other half to do, and we'll be back at it soon enough. But for now,
Well, for
time
now
for a
it's time for a wedding. So, not really a break,
well,
but a wedding.
a wedding, a birthday celebration for my 85-year-old dad, and a 60th
Anniversary.
wedding anniversary for my parents. So a lot going on in the middle of the Great Canadian Overland Adventure. As much as we've enjoyed our overland adventure across Canada so far, it sure feels good to be back at the island. Catching up with the boys has been a real treat, and we're excited for tomorrow when Caroline, her fiancé Matt, and a bunch of family and friends come up to the lake for the long weekend. These summer days are made for long boat rides. It's also the perfect time for endless hours of fishing. And for water sports. And some good old-fashioned fun. And if you manage to knock your brother off the tube, well, that's just a bonus. This time of year in Ontario, the days are long, the sun is warm, and the lakes are at the perfect temperature for swimming. There are over 250,000 lakes in Ontario, which constitute about 20% of the world's freshwater supply. And it's hard to believe that in just 3.5 months from now, most of these lakes will be frozen over. The lake then transforms into a winter wonderland, offering endless opportunities for snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, ice fishing, and snowmobiling. But for now, we are enjoying the long and beautiful days of summer at the lake.
Oh! You saw it?
It came off.
It came off. Yeah, it came off like this close from the surface.
Oh, at least you're not skunked. I sometimes wish days like this could last forever. With all of us together again, enjoying the lake and each other's company. But after a wonderful weekend, we say goodbye to Matt and Caroline.
For everything.
Yeah.
Water.
It's not moving.
It's always hard watching loved ones drive away, but as the sun sets over the horizon and we wind down the day, we look forward to seeing them again in just a few days as we all gather together for a big family celebration. Today is particularly special for our family, as we are celebrating my dad's 85th birthday and our parents' 60th wedding anniversary. And then, one by one, their 92 grandchildren contributed a rose until before them lay a large bouquet of beautiful red roses. After a wonderful celebration, we head down the road to help Caroline move some of her things into the apartment where she and Matt will be living after they're married. One of my brothers has a brand new apartment available on his beautiful equestrian farm, which will be the perfect place for Caroline and Matt to settle in and establish their life together. We're just moving some things from Caroline's old apartment to her new apartment. She'll be moving in here when they get married. Beautiful, spacious, and gorgeous views overlooking the fields here with horses. It's really nice. Everything is falling into place. Over the next week, we'll have a wedding shower with family in New York. Another one in Toronto. Back at the lake, Caroline will enjoy a beautiful sunset dinner cruise with her friends. And then, just like that, the big day was upon us.
Welcome, beloved friends. We are gathered here in the presence of God and these witnesses to unite this man and woman in the holy covenant of marriage.
Really hard and come back just as the sun is going down. And she'd be waiting by the door.
To love, honor, and respect you.
Always.
Till death do us part.
Till death.
To rejoice or to mourn, I'll be yours, for rich or for poor. We'll count every blessing and choose to enjoy what you know. I'll be your light to ride through the.
With hearts overflowing with joy, Carol and I returned to the island to put up some firewood for the winter and to prepare for the second half of the Great Canadian Overland Adventure. These past few weeks have been an incredible time of joy and celebration for our family. My dad's 85th birthday, my parents' 60th wedding anniversary, the birth of 2 new great-grandchildren, and the beautiful wedding of Caroline and Matthew. In such a large extended family as ours, there are many moments of joy and happiness, disproportionately more. But in the same way, there can also be more pain and loss. Sadly, our blissful joy left over from the wedding was not to last. Early Sunday morning, we received the devastating news that the kid's cousin Calvin had been involved in a personal watercraft accident on the St. Lawrence River and succumbed to his injuries. He was only 21 years old and one of the kindest people you could ever meet. Caroline and Matthew left immediately upon hearing the news to cancel their honeymoon reservations and to be with the family. Daniel left with them. Carol and I carried on our work in stunned silence. Pete was on an expedition with ex-Overland, and Clay and Rochelle Croft kindly arranged for him to fly into Toronto the same day to be with the rest of his cousins and to grieve with them. That night the heavens lit up in a glorious display of color, seemingly welcoming Calvin home and celebrating his reunion with his mother, whom he had lost a few years ago. This tragic loss is going to take a long time to heal, but Cal's memory will remain with us forever. Friends and family traveled from across Canada, the US, and Europe to celebrate the life of an incredible young man whose kind heart and quiet spirit touched so many lives. Still reeling from the loss, we got up early the next morning to take Peter to the airport, where he will fly back to Whitehorse, Yukon, to rejoin the crew. found ourselves hugging a little tighter and saying I love you a little more often.
Love you. See ya.
Love you.
Love you.
Be careful.
Be safe.
You know.
Yeah, that's good. Love it. I know, Landon. I know, you're a good boy. Want a big hug too? Come here.
So we are saying goodbye to Dan and Lando and hitting the road again. I don't know why it's a little emotional. I think just from everything going on. And you know, losing a cousin their age, it just makes you hug them and love them every opportunity you can. We won't get to see Pete returning, but Dan will be here, which is nice. And then who knows if Matt and Caroline can come up in the meantime. But yeah, there's a lot of dangers with working chainsaws and just, you know, living off the grid and remote. But I know Dan has a Zoleo and he's connected with our friends like Brad on the lake and with the marina, Chris and Kendra. So that kind of gives me peace of mind. And the global rescue. Yeah, just a lot kind of going through my head and just trying to keep at peace with it and at rest. I have all the confidence in the world that everything will go fine. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't sleep last night just thinking, I guess. But yeah, I'll get over that and once we hit the road and get those tires moving. But yeah, Lando knows something's up. He's been following me around like everywhere I go today, and or this morning. We got off to a late start. We were supposed to leave at 11 and it's now 12. But the weather looks like it's kind of warming up, which is nice. And yeah, so we'll see you on the road. Bye, Lando.
Bye, Lando.
You have to stay, Lando.
Here's Lando.
Daniel with his sweatpants on. Oh no, Lando! You can't come, honey.
Lando, come back.
Buddy.
Dan, over here, look.
Go to Dan.
Good boy.
Good boy.
Good boy. Poor little.
Bye.
Have fun.
Bye.
Be safe.
We got the keys, wallet.
Keys. Wallet. Oh, I think we have everything we need.
Bye. Love you.
So we're currently going eastward and we're staying off the main highways and doing some paved roads. We're currently in the Muskoka Lakes area. Just went through the little town of Rosso, I think it's called. It's beautiful, quaint little villages. The leaves are all down now, so we missed them by about a week, at least in this area. We'll see as we go if there's still leaves on the trees, but it's still extremely beautiful and wild country. It was great to be back in the truck again and back on the road. And our first night we found a beautiful camp spot by a remote lake and had a peaceful sleep in the wilderness of Ontario. Good morning. This place was pretty epic. Absolutely gorgeous view and completely silent. Really nice place to spend the night. In fact, it would be nice to spend a little more time here, but as you know, we're on the Great Canadian Overland Adventure and we've got a long ways to go to get to the Atlantic Ocean. So on our way east, the route takes us through the city of Ottawa, which is the capital of Canada. So we're only about 12 minutes drive from the Parliament buildings or Parliament Hill. So we thought, since we're doing a cross Canada tour, it makes sense to stop in at the capital and show you guys what that looks like. So let's go. The next stop on our journey eastward is a walk along the charming streets of Old Quebec.
Un petit bout d'avenir sous ma peau belle et tranquille, il écoute paisiblement les sons pas de longs désirs, on découvrira cette chose qui n'existe
Quebec City's vibe is so welcoming. The people here really know how to enjoy life. They're known for their warmth and joie de vivre.
un petit bout d'avenir.
This morning finds us camped along the mouth of the Restigouche River, just outside of Campbellton, New Brunswick.
Well, the water is freezing. Ooh, that is cold, cold water.
It is so peaceful that we decided to spend a couple of days here. We rested up, restocked our groceries, and made some new friends who recognized our truck and came by to say hi. Next, we crossed the iconic Confederation Bridge connecting Prince Edward Island to mainland New Brunswick. We couldn't wait to set up camp and start exploring the red sand coastline of this stunning province.
I was wearing my white shoes, but that's not good with this red dirt. So I'm gonna switch over to my hiking boots and go out exploring. Just coming back to warm up a bit and charge up our batteries. Maybe make a coffee or a tea, and then we'll go back out there for sunset. So what an incredible place this is. It's just blows your mind, the beauty and so much wildlife. It's perfect. And the smell of the ocean, there's something about it. But yeah, where we're situated here at this camp spot, it's like I can't get over the views. Just everywhere you look, it's just the water, red sand, and the cliff sides. Doesn't get any better than this.
the North Cape of Prince Edward Island, and it has been just absolutely beautiful. We've spent the last couple hours just walking up and down the beach. It's not really a beach here, it's a coastline with red cliffs, but just so much to see, so much wildlife, seals and all kinds of seabirds. It's been just a lot of fun combing the shoreline here. Now we're warming up because it's pretty chilly out there. It's coastal weather. It can be cold even in the summer evenings, but this time of year it's quite cold. So we're back in the truck. I'm offloading some footage, and Carol and I together are going to make a nice curry meal. So we're excited about just relaxing here and enjoying our time, and already PEI has been an amazing trip so far. Our time on Prince Edward Island was unforgettable, and we hope to return one day to continue discovering more of its beauty. Now we're headed to Newfoundland, but before leaving the island, we couldn't resist stopping for a delicious lobster meal. So we're just on the causeway between the southern part of Nova Scotia and the northern part, which is called Cape Breton Island.
This is really fun. Like what Peter said, there's something about a ferry, and you know, sleeping overnight on one is just even more special. The morning ferry got canceled due to weather, so we are really fortunate to catch this one, and it looks like, I mean, the wind has completely died down, really, at least fun. Right here, and so I'm excited. This is cozy. We can work, plug in, charge, and ta-da! We have our own bathroom.
After a great sleep on the ferry, we woke up to a beautiful sunrise and the rugged coastline of Newfoundland in view. We were excited to begin the 9-hour drive across the island from Port aux Basques to our destination, the easternmost point of Canada, Cape Spear, near St. John's, Newfoundland. Well, this is the moment we've been waiting for. After starting our journey at the Pacific Ocean in June of this year, we have finally arrived at the easternmost point in Canada.
I don't know if you guys remember, but I found this painted rock on the river's edge when we were in British Columbia. And this is where we found you. And I thought it was really pretty, but it said if you pick, where did you find me? Please post me and re-hide me. So it's going to be pretty cool. We came all the way out here. It's come a long ways across Canada, and now to the most easterly point of Canada here in Newfoundland. And so I thought it'd be fun to just place it somewhere where it can make someone else smile, and they can go hide it for someone and make their day as well. There you go. I feel kind of sad leaving my rock, but it's all good. I gotta collect one to take home to the cabin, and so this is kind of cool. Wow, the waves are so powerful. Unbelievable.
Cape Spear, perched on the rugged Avalon Peninsula near St. John's, Newfoundland, is the easternmost point in Canada, and the fitting finale to our great Canadian overland adventure. This extraordinary journey has taken us across approximately 12,000 kilometers, traversing all 10 provinces and immersing ourselves in Canada's stunning, diverse landscapes. From the towering peaks of British Columbia to the vast skies of the prairies, the vibrant cities, and the rugged Atlantic coastline. Every moment has been a profound reminder of the beauty and wonder of this country we are blessed to call home. Standing here, watching the relentless waves of the North Atlantic crash against Newfoundland's rocky shores, we are filled with gratitude. This adventure wasn't just about the places we explored. It was about the moments that shaped us and the people who filled those moments with meaning. Along the way, we celebrated the joyous wedding of our daughter, a milestone brimming with love, laughter, and treasured memories. At the same time, we mourned the loss of our beloved nephew Calvin, whose life ended far too soon. His absence serves as a poignant reminder of life's fragility and the importance of cherishing each day and those we hold dear. This journey has been one of contrasts of joy and sorrow, of connection and solitude, of laughter and tears. It has deepened our appreciation for family, friends, and the simple yet profound beauty that surrounds us daily. The spirit of exploration doesn't end here. It lives on in the memories we've created, the lessons we've learned, and the inspiration to love deeply, live fully, and honor those we have lost along the way. Thank you for being part of our great Canadian overland adventure. Wherever your next journey leads, may it bring you the same wonder, resilience, and love that we've found on this road. Well, there's only one thing left to be done here in St. John's. It's time to become an honorary Newfoundlander. The Newfoundland Screech-In ceremony is a fun and time-honored tradition where you'll recite a few words, sample some Newfoundland steak or bologna, kiss a codfish, taste some Newfoundland Screech rum, and of course be proudly declared an honorary Newfoundlander.
Hi, you Screechers!
Yes, bye!
Yeah, we're working on it.
Well, we successfully completed the ceremony and are now official Newfoundlanders. With hearts full, we began the 3,500-kilometer journey back to the cabin, to reunite with the kids and Lando, and to make the final preparations for a winter at the lake.
I can't believe it, guys. We are almost back. 2 minutes until we're at the marina and seeing the boys and Lando again, and we did.
Excited to be back, see the boys. Lando's gonna freak out for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him.
Excited, Lando?
Careful, little guy. Careful. Careful. Hi. Hi.
Who is it?
Here, let me get out. Hey, Dan.
Sky.
I don't have anything for him. Normally I have something.
A bone would have been awesome.
Oh. Go get it, Lando. Where is it?
What is it? Oh, look what you got. Woohoo!
Look at you.
What do you got? What do you got? Woohoo! Go. Show us around. Show us around. Oh, good boy, good boy. No, those are eggs. What do you got? What do you got? You excited? Woohoo! Go get Mom. Where's Mom? Mommy. Mommy. There's Mom.
Go get butter.
Where's Mom? Where's Mommy? Woohoo! What an incredible year it has been. We want to give a special thanks to our Patreon family. Your support means the world to us. To each and every one of our viewers, thank you for watching and for connecting with us and leaving comments. We hope you will continue to watch the adventures ahead. As winter settles in here at the island and the lake begins to freeze over, we want to wish you all a happy and prosperous new year.
Let's take it home. Let's go to the boys.